Okay, just a few minutes ago, we talked about that big reveal out in Oakland today. RFK Jr. announcing his pick for vice president, Nicole Shanahan. So what are the chances they join the Libertarian Party and potentially get ballot access on all 50 states across the country? Well, Angela McArdle is the chair of the Libertarian National Committee, and she joins us now. Ms. McArdle, thanks for sticking with us this evening. I appreciate it. First of all, your reaction to this pick, Nicole Shanahan.
I think that a lot of libertarians are a little bit confused over why he chose Nicole Shanahan. I'm sure she's a lovely person, but she doesn't necessarily fit into alignment with any of our views.
And okay, let me press you on that. In particular, what are her views that are not in alignment, that conflict with libertarian platform?
Well, we haven't really heard her make any strong political statements today. But I know that she was a former Biden and Buttigieg supporter, and she supported Gascon, who, you know, from a libertarian perspective, is not been a good district attorney. We don't like that he doesn't seem to respect property rights. So I'm really unsure how she's going to fit in with the Libertarian Party. You know, I'm anxious to hear about it.
Okay, well, what about the top of the ticket himself, RFK Jr.? Now, we know that he visited your convention or your gathering, I don't know what the right word is, in February. Convention, thank you. By many accounts, it went well. He was warmly received. It's been reported that you personally have spoken with him about a possible party ticket. I know that the party gathers here in Washington on May 23rd, is it? And you can pretty much decide whatever you want to decide at this point. What is the latest thinking? What is the latest, as much as you could tell me or care to reveal, about your talks with RFK Jr.?
Certainly. Well, you know, I don't get to hand choose who our presidential nominee is going to be, but I have given him, you know, I've given him my ear several times. And to be fair, I do that with all of our presidential candidates, Michael Rechtenwald, you know, Lars Mepstad, Mike Termott, all of them. But I've explained that if you're going to seek the Libertarian National Committee's nomination for president, you've got to work to get delegates. We as members don't cozy up to someone who doesn't want to make an effort to get to know us. And he seemed to understand that. You know, he came to California. He sent some people to New York. Unfortunately, I believe he had a scheduling conflict. But it really remains to be seen what he's going to do between now and May. You've got to work to get your delegates. And usually when people attend these state conventions, they are already going with who they're going to choose in mind. You know, that's why we go to these nominating conventions. We go because we want to be the ones deciding who's going to represent us nationally. Okay,
you haven't so far in our conversation had high praise for his choice. You might think she's a fine person, but she doesn't align with your values as libertarians. Is this choice of Nicole Shanahan disqualifying for RFK Jr. To gain the nomination of your party?
I can't personally say that it's disqualifying, but it doesn't right out of the gate seem like it's going to do a lot to help. I think that he's going to have to really show us, and she certainly will as well, that they care about individual and economic freedom in particular, and that they want to continue to be, you know, they want to be our standard bearers. And I certainly understand, you know, that they're not going to come into alignment with us on every single issue. And that's happened before in the past with candidates like Gary Johnson and Bill Weld. But, you know, the appetite in the party for someone like Bill Weld right now is not very strong. We want someone who's going to be radical.
I just want to ask one final question. Who else are you looking at? Who else are you talking to? Who else could be out there? You're holding something precious and very valuable for someone with aspirations to the White House, and that is ballot access on potentially all 50 states.
That's right. So far, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is the only candidate who certainly who comes from a Kennedy family, but who has that star power. We do have a lot of candidates, though. We have Michael Rechtenwald, who was a former NYU professor who shot to fame in 2018 over being canceled, you know, as a former Marxist, and he's come full circle as a libertarian. We have Lars Mapstad, who is also a Silicon Valley guy. He was known for, I believe, working on Friend Finder. So no other really big names that I think everybody would recognize yet, but anything could happen between now and the end of May.
Thank you for watching, and make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.